I had a talk with my friend. He's a Kiwi. He's 82 years old. I'm 77 almost. We know each other maybe 5 years. And I had a good visit. We should have to record it. One of the highlights is that he said he's ready to die any day. And, he may have said that before. And I tend to agree with that. And I thought about it, why he said that. His reasoning actually was that everything could take care of. He had a good life. He has 3 daughters, 36, 5, 4, whatever, and they're doing well. So, not much of any concern. He has lots of visitors to his place because that has been the way he was very sociable. So he doesn't mind, and they just ask and come anytime. And that has been the case for many years. He was married with Barbara, and she died 15 years or so ago. But it has been the same habit or the pattern that people can come and they are always welcome, and they do their own thing, and as much as the visitors do their own thing, and Barbara and Kenneth, his name, does their own thing. And after Barbara passing away, he maintained that. So everything took care of. He had a good life. We got to know each other maybe 5 years ago or so in the COVID. And it's been a good relationship for me to come visit or for him to come up here. I reflected on my end. I feel the same. I'm pretty much taking care of everything. My living will. My son and daughter, they're doing their own life. I'm fine with that. So, on that point of being ready to die any day, how can I become like that? That's what I thought about. In my case, I don't have many visitors to come to my place. I move around. I visit people when I move around different parts. But I like solitude, I realized. And one thing he and I agreed is that without my partner or his partner, I said to him, I feel liberated. And he totally agreed with that. In my case, 2 divorces, 1 Japanese woman, 1 American, and had some other relationship. But for the last few years or more, I've been alone. And if I have someone with me, this is not to complain. It could work out, but I have my own mind, like a kid, exploring lots of things, and I have lots of things I wish to do, and I'm doing it. But if I have someone, of course we can have, possibly a good relationship, but if I move around and want to devote so much time, I guess I'm still like a kid that I have so much energy and interest. So if I have someone else with me, it kind of interact. If we have the same habitual pattern, it may work, but I couldn't find. So it was customary to get married or have a relationship, so I followed that thought, but I didn't challenge that. it made sense to me. But after the fact, without much relationship, liberated. Not to say this is good or bad, just my side of the story. So I'm fully devoting my time and energy in what I like, which I may have mentioned to you, maybe 1/3 of the time to be on my own and share things that I believe is meaningful, wisdom and compassion for my own sake. But if that helps others, I'm aligned that I have a mission that may all beings be happy, and I like what I do. And if I have people who may share my thought that aligns to the me connect to the nature's way and myself, sincere, truthful, and my friends and others may have the benefit out of it. That makes sense, and that it's connected to the mission, and also having a base as the calm and quiet mind, samadhi. So everything is aligned. So I'm happy that I can live my life like this. I just thought about Daisetsu's life. I think he was similar. He got married with an American, and she passed away, and he has been alone. But he devoted his whole life for this Zen or Shin Buddhism, and lectures, writing books, and living life accordingly until the age 95 or so. Miss Okamura was secretary to join from 15 to 30 years ago, old. I think so. Yeah, 15 years when he passed away. So he had, I don't know if you call it a relationship, not the relationship in a typical sense, but have someone to relate to, helping him and her interested in Daisetsu's life and to help Daisetsu. So everything worked out. Right, in that case, Daisetsu has the vision and the person he was with had the same orientation. So it's alignment. But typically, individually, if there's this ego, that may interact and that make it difficult. So if I can just pick one or two examples, I have to think about what my partner wants to do and how I can squeeze my time to get along. If she wants to go traveling, I figure out how to do it and all that. So it's a kind of balancing situation, which is not bad. But if there's no clear engagement in terms of my mission in life and the way of life, if there's a discontinuity or no alignment or less alignment because of the little burdensome thing to figure out what to do and align and then allocate the time and energy to do certain things. So that's just a middle way, balancing act. But now I'm totally liberated from that sense, and I don't have much regret of being in this situation as much as my friend Ken said the same thing. So in terms of that, and in terms of we may be pretty much ready to die, if that's the case. We don't need to rush to die, still have the mission. I think he has it, in my case too, to continue. And it's also related to the mission being liberated way of living. And that goes back to the samadhi I mentioned about and being sincere and truthful. And I thought if you maintain the attitude of sincere and truthful with a relationship too, if that works, fine. But in relation to your mission and helping yourself and others, if you have that sense, I think the phrase I remember is heaven would help those who help themselves. Mission of the person, mission of the heaven to help is aligned. Person is helping himself, but helping others, alignment, that's the mission. And that's the universe's mission. The God mission is to help those who help themselves. So there's alignment. And that alignment exists in the Garden of Eden, because all the species, plants and animals, just living according to the way of nature. So that's it. In human case, there's this little bit of a mind get into the process, like the original sin idea, that you have the logic and word to differentiate, and then that create the ego, for example, and balancing act, make it more difficult. Not to complain, because you can still align so that you are wise and compassionate, connected to the root, nature's way, aligned to your mission and relationship. Then I think there's the way to be happy. Also about the fame or the money, how you deal with it. But you need to have always, I believe, being sincere and truthful. And then find the way to go over the hurdle related to the mission and helping yourself and helping others with the connection to your heart. And if you live your life like that, I think it makes sense. So it's just a reflection of the little visit I had with my friend. I don't know if I have any errors in this thinking process. That's why I'm talking and making sure that I'm living according to the way of the nature, and while helping myself and helping others, with connected to the heart, and live with the mission. There's no ego, as far as I like me to see that. And that's liberating, because you don't have to fake or play the game. Just be sincere and truthful. But I think one last thing I can say is, you don't need to have a spiritual stuff all ingrained to be happy. It may help. My friend Ken's case, I don't think he's spiritually into it, but he's genuine in his character, personality. And I think in his way, he's very sincere and truthful in what he does, and helping others, and enjoy the process, not causing difficulty for others. Therefore, he is happy that he has lived well and may be able to die without much stress or strain left. And hope I may be in a similar sense. I may have a different character, the personality, but possibly I like to keep on checking and balancing and live in this way, and hopefully it may make sense, and for me and for others too. Thank you.